All right, welcome back to whatever this is. We have some tutorial today on creating slideshow with a word bank and complete the sentence activity. This is really a lot of fun. I use this with my fourth grade students. I used Alice Keeler's slide per student to create a slideshow. Using this plugin or add-on, you're able to take your roster and run it through her add-on, and it creates a slide for each student and then a blank slide next to that. So I was able to give students editing rights to the slideshow in Classroom, and that gives them each a slide with their name on it and then a blank slide that they use as their writing surface. So uh, it's really a neat little activity. Uh, what we did was create a sentence. So first we started with a word bank. I showed the students, had them all go to this slide, and I showed them in real time how to insert text boxes, and they would type in one of their vocabulary words, and we'd take a look at how do you make changes to that. And I do like to activate by clicking on the box itself as opposed to highlighting the word. Changing up your font size, font color, green for Hamlet, font style, Berkshire Schwash. I also like to show them that more fonts feature if they haven't seen it yet. That's a really neat thing students love. Uh, then we did the outline and size and fill color. And it's interesting to talk to the students about how that looks. How do the colors interact with each other? How do they view on the screen? And then, of course, sizing to get it correct. So they put in their word bank, and I think that was about 20 words they would put in, and it's a good just practice of spelling even. So they get their word bank put in, and that took a day, maybe 2 days. And then the next day we came in and we did insert text box, and then they would create a sentence using that word. So the villagers of the blank. Sometimes we didn't do that. We would just space. The villagers of the blank all came together to hunt down the beast, doing Beauty and the Beast. So in our musical this year, so that made me think of that. So spelling, right click to check your spelling, and then of course I click on the edge again. I'm going to adjust up to 18 size font, and you can do the same font if you want to have a clue of what word goes with which. If they were interested in doing something like that, you could have the words and the sentences match. You could also match colors and things of that nature. So once I have all of our sentences typed in and we're good to go on it, that took a day, maybe 2 days. Um, the next day in Classroom, I shared the file, and I gave each student editing right, or excuse me, I gave each student a copy of the file. So the first file they had editing rights to. After all of those were put in, the word bank and then the sentences, I made a copy, gave each student a copy of that file, and then they went into each of the slides and drag and drop the words where they belong in each sentence. Whoops. So that was kind of a neat project, and I thought a fun way to do it. So Can be a little bit tricky when you get into this because of the bring to front, send to back feature. You may have to right click, order, send to back, and that brings this text box up to the front. So I hope that was a helpful tutorial, and come back next time. Thanks.